Hello there, another update. Yeah, I mentioned in my last video that I'd had a bit of a spurt of activity before Christmas and got quite a bit done. I put up some English Civil War stuff in that video and said I've done a few Napoleonics as well, so this is them. There's a few other character figures as well, which I'll put up in a minute, but yeah, this was the main thing, just a group of French Lancers. They're the Warlord Games plastic figures. Except for the officer, that's a metal one, but yeah, they're not great figures, to be honest. Very lacking in detail, so it's difficult to bring much out on them, to be honest. The thing I'm doing at the moment, I'm doing some of those bloody miniatures figures, and the difference is stark, to say the least. Yeah, and these are pretty cheap, and you get quite a few in a box, but yeah, they're not particularly great figures. They're okay. I guess they're old style, they've been around a while, but yeah, there's a lot better out there. But nonetheless, I had them and I wanted a little group of these to use in sharp practice, so I've painted them up. I'll put some stills on at the end, but yeah, move them around a bit. You can see, as I say, they don't come up too badly, I suppose. But yeah, compared to some of the other figures I've been painting lately, they're not in the same ballpark, to be honest. But yeah, they did the job. I must admit, I was a bit also, I kind of regret what I did with the lances. For a bit of variety purposes, I put more at different angles, which I say adds a bit of variety and interest to it, maybe. But it also means it's much more difficult to rank them up because the lances keep bashing into the bloke next to them. But I didn't think of that, but it doesn't matter. It works, as you can see. So yeah, unit of French Lancers. So I'll put some stills up at the end so you can see them, but yeah, nice little unit. Fairly happy with those. They will be quite useful in games. Yeah, and it's just a few odds and sods and characters really, just to fit in some games, make objective markers, scenery, whatever you want them to be. So yeah, picked up a few different things for that over the last couple of years. So it's time to get some of them painted up. These are from Front Rank, I think, down to sort of 19th century civilians or something. Yeah, make nice figures, say, just for objectives. But came in the other day, and a couple of these were sort of nobility that had been kidnapped, and one side was trying to rescue for sharp practice. It made for a nice little scenario. So they're useful for lots of different things. Also a bit of a chance to play with some different colours that I wouldn't normally use very much. Pink, for example. I did paint this lady up yellow originally, started to, and then my wife pointed out she looked like something from The Handmaid's Tale, or Handmaid's Tale, so that persuaded me to go back and paint it red instead of yellow. But yeah, lovely figures, Front Rank. I've got more and more Front Rank figures lately, and more impressed with them, to be honest. So yeah, they were a joy to paint. Again, we'll put some stills up at the end, nothing particularly exciting, but very useful figures for some games. Yeah, and then some priests as well. Again, useful character figures for games. Play a lot of sharp practice. You can have units can take out, or forces can take priests with them that do certain things during the game. Holy men. So these are ideal for that. A friend gave me these actually, so I was really grateful for that. Yeah, Perry's, I think. Pretty sure they're Perry. And yeah, again, they're pretty easy to do, to be honest. It's difficult to try and make them look interesting. I tried to use different sort of shades of dark grey, but I'm not sure it really shows up on the camera, rather than just all black. Various different dark greys in there and highlights to try and liven it up and make it a bit more interesting. But yeah, they certainly do a job for the games I want to be playing, so yeah, very happy with those as well. I need to put some tufts on all these, by the way. I've kind of run out, so I'm due to put an order in at some point. So yeah, other than that, they are finished. And just a couple more things as well. Yeah, I did say odds and sods and all sorts, and this is the last couple of figures. Again, just for use in the sharp practice games, really. I had from when I painted up all those Austrians a while ago, I had sort of a engineer type character in the pack. Got an apron on there, again useful as an objective or as a character sort of figure. Got a bear, I think that was from Colonel Bill's. I got that from, did I? Yes, I think so. Yeah, silly thing, but used it in a shop practice scenario the other week. There was a lot of fighting in the woods, and there were random markers moving around the woods randomly at the end of each turn, and some of them had a bear underneath, so every now and again a bear would pop up and potentially cause damage to a unit, which was just added a bit of interest. A bit silly, but good to have, and it'll get wheeled out now and again. And then this figure, painted up for no particular reason than I liked it. It's from Warlord Games. They do the limited edition figures every now and again, don't they? That's meant to be Marshal Ney on the retreat from Russia. I had various reward points, so I was able to use it up on some of these figures, and I got this one just because it's a really nice figure. Really liked it. So yeah, that's it really. As well as I say, all the other things I did before Christmas, all the English Civil War stuff. We also got these few characters as well. That's about it really. So that brings me up to date. I've got working through some, just finishing up the English Civil War stuff at the moment, with a few bloody miniatures figures. I'll put those on probably for the next update, I imagine, about halfway through them, so another couple of weeks perhaps. But so I've been busy. I've been doing things. I had a nice little break while I was doing other things, but yeah, we had a nice little spurt before Christmas, and this was the fruit of my labours, so to speak. So yeah, that's it really. Brings everything up to date. Say thank you very much for watching, as usual, subscribing, commenting, all the usual things. I'm still watching other people's videos. I got really behind while I wasn't doing any painting, because that's when I tend to watch my videos, but I'm close to catching back up again, and I'm sort of watching and commenting, so yeah, normal service is coming back. So yeah, again, thanks for everything, and stay safe, and we'll no doubt speak to you again soon. Take care, all the best.